Just let me know.
Alright. Eagles don't stay with me.
Dude, of course, for 1 week, I started walking off the market. Course market, I think there were 16 points. And Gronk went for
Hello, everyone. Considering it's 7:26, I ask that you all take your seats so that Jet can begin to collect attendance and we can get this meeting started. Everybody, please take your seats. We're going to get started here in just a second. takes a seat, this meeting will now come to order. Good evening, everyone. I'm excited for our meeting tonight. Two things I just want to preface this meeting by saying is that we do not yet have the microphones. Stephen just went to go get that checked out, so they should be walking in, so don't mind them if they come in and set up microphones here and here. Eagle Eye is recording as always. That's the microphone that they're using. They can hear me because I'm over the sound speaker in here. But up until that point, if you're a member coming to utilize the open forum, I ask that just today you please go stand behind that podium until those microphones come in here. Moving forward, Jamie and I have requested that they don't just do that singular microphone deal, and they'll have one actually here and here so that this side can walk to here, that side can walk to there. But just until we get the microphones in here for our use, if you go stand behind that podium so that Eagle Eye can pick everyone up, because it's a little tricky to hear everyone. So with that being said, we're going to start by utilizing open forum. Anyone may start.
What?
Project.
Okay. Hey y'all, I'm Madison. I am overseeing all Heyday volunteers. And we all want you guys as Senate to be a big part of Heyday. It goes on the whole entire day. If you guys have any questions, y'all are gonna report to me. But those are the two QR codes.
I want to see some phone scanning.
Yes. So the Obby link is for volunteer signups, and then if y'all want to buy a shirt, y'all can use the little dinosaur QR code. Yeah. So that is that. But make sure y'all sign up. We really want y'all to be a big part of it, because y'all just.
Y'all get a free T-shirt if you sign up.
Yes, y'all also get free shirts.
T-shirt, right? Yes.
So if we did the left, we don't need that.
And it's a special color too.
So if y'all volunteer, y'all get a free comfort color shirt.
Woo! It's all cute.
So yeah. So yeah, that's that.
Thank you, Madison.
Hello, my name's Eliza and I'm the director of Heyday this year. And just to kind of give you an idea of what volunteering would look like, is you would stand at a name tag station, and that could be on the campus screen or outside of Louder, and you're just handing out name tags and smiling to everyone, whether or not you know them or not. And it's just so exciting because y'all are leaders already on Auburn's campus, and for y'all to go out and volunteer is such a great way to really create the Auburn family and invite everyone in. And I know that y'all already love Auburn so much. It's such a great way just to give back and serve the people around you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I was very excited to partake in the homecoming parade last week. Very excited to watch the game. Loved how that turned out. So Spectrum's meeting this week, 6 p.m., Mel 3550. We are having Safe Harbor as a guest speaker, as you know, in light of the issues that we have been facing, we felt that it was appropriate to make sure our members know that they have resources available in case they do experience any sort of violence or assault on campus. And we are sort of combining it into a kind of sexual health meeting where we will have resources, especially focusing on menstrual health and the kind of struggles that transgender men may have in trying to find gender-affirming menstrual care here on campus. So if you would like to come and learn about the sort of resources that we have available, the resources that we desperately need on campus, we highly encourage you to come out. This month, since it is October, our Friday night kickback at the end of the month will likely be a sort of Halloween party. I do not have the details on it yet, but once I do, I'll make sure to send them out to all of you because we do love our Halloween parties and we would love to have all of you join us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey y'all, we're here with the College of Human Sciences, and so we're just giving a little update about what's happening. So right now we are partnering with Student Counseling and Psychological Services and to host various events and liaison programs. We are hosting Let's Talk. It's actually happening this Wednesday. So students can come in and receive expert advice, suggestions, and support. The first session, as I mentioned, is Wednesday, followed by October 27th, and then ending this semester on November 30th. We're also hosting 2 town halls with Dr. Miller, which is our liaison, October 11th, and it's about creativity due to the nature of our college. And then also November 8th, which will be focused on test anxiety, because freshmen and sophomores haven't really had a normal testing situation. Schools Council and CHS ambassadors recently hosted a mentoring social, and they are currently pairing upperclassmen with freshmen so they can, understand the program that they're going through. And then we are planning to work with BBAMA Food Drive and our service project this semester, and Apparel is hosting a clothing drop with the Campus Career Closet this year. So thank y'all.
Thank you. I appreciate our schools council for doing that.
Hey y'all, my name is Claire Brown and I'm the Vice President of the Nursing School.
Hey y'all, my name is Savannah and I'm President of the Schools Council for the School of Nursing this year. And I just want to talk to y'all for a minute. We've been having really great successes in all of our events we've been having this year so far. But what I want to talk to y'all tonight is actually one of the reasons I've decided to run for this office. And that's because I, like many of my fellow nursing students, felt homeless my first 2 years here at Auburn. As a pre-nursing student, you do not belong to any college on Auburn's campus. You are simply listed as pre-nursing. This is because you don't belong to COSAM or education, but you also haven't been accepted into the School of Nursing so far. Once elected to this position, I realized why Schools Council had historically been upper division students. As Schools Council, it's our job to work with our senator to represent our college to the best of our abilities. And as a current upper division student, I have the ability to speak with my dean about our students' concerns and their needs that are relevant to our school. But I realize that no matter how hard we try to anticipate the needs of our pre-nursing students while they're still in their first 2 academic years here on campus, there isn't a way for us to fully represent them without them being involved. Through this term, our council has also discussed the issue with pre-nursing students serving on our school's council due to their inability to recognize the needs of upper division students for the same reason that we can't recognize theirs. As schools council, we would like to amend our own constitution to allocate these positions to schools council to upper division students. However, this will not be done until we can guarantee that the future pre-nursing students can have a voice. That's why I'm here tonight, advocating for a pre-nursing student liaison for the 607 students who have a different set of needs than any other group on campus. Our dean, Greg Neuschwander, and our associate dean, Dr. Carlise Hunt, have seen a need for this position for the better part of the last decade and are hoping to see this change come to light. I hope you'll hear what I have said tonight and discuss it with your committee chairs. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everyone.
I think it is. You just gotta get close.
Hey everyone. So Camp War Eagle applications are out. Yes, snap, snap, snap. Camp War Eagle and SOS applications are out. I really encourage everyone to apply. There are a lot of people in this room who have done it. So if you have any questions about anything at all, you don't necessarily have to come to me, but literally Brandon, Ryan, Madison, Artie, Mary Logan,
Cole and Tyler.
Cole and Tyler, because they're behind me. But like I said, I really, really would encourage anyone to apply and look at both Camp War Eagle and SOS because they're not all that different, but it can serve different people's needs. So if you have any questions, October 6th is when they close, so you'll have time. Woo!
Thank you, Sydney. then, that will conclude open forum. Move into roll call. Still don't have clickers, working on that. But if everyone could just, no Zoom is needed yet, just make sure Jet can see all your beautiful faces. And from there, we'll move into the approval of the minutes. So, oh, actually, pause. Before we move into the approval of the minutes, I'm going to allow Riley Locke, as chaplain, the time to come speak a few words.
Hello? I don't think this is on. It's okay. Hey y'all, I just want to talk real quick about something that I know I'm not the only one to have noticed, and I know a couple other people probably noticed this too, but like I think that just in general, and I'm talking to myself about this as well, our decorum during Senate meetings could probably be a little bit better. I'm talking to myself about this too, because like I'm on my laptops. I've seen some of us also on like Canvas or texting or slouching, and this is like a really serious thing that we've been elected to do. So just remember that. Just a nice reminder, there are administrators watching. I guarantee they're all watching on Eagle Eye at some point throughout the semester, so just be aware of that. Also, shout out to Artie's homecoming videos. That was the only thing. Oh, my other thing was my second lunch victim is Ryan Hall this week, so be on the lookout for a text message.
Thank you, Riley. From here, we will move into the approval of the minutes. Those were sent out electronically today. Actually, I do mean to apologize for that. I thought that I had included them when I sent it out on Friday, but I just included the corrected 7 as well as the corrected 13. So, those were sent out today, and I would now like to ask if there were any corrections that needed to be made to those minutes. Yes, Ms. DeVore.
DeVore Graduate School. So I believe I sent these to Cole and Taylor beforehand. Mostly it's just clarification. So on page 1 under Executive Officer Reports, Brett Wagner, item B, 3 listening sessions available for students are being held via Zoom, hosted by the Presidential Search Advisory Committee. Just again clarifying and removed a redundant available for listening sessions out of that. On page 2, item F under Cole Callahan, just clarifying starting next week, reports will alternate between college and committee each week, right? Also on page 2, item 3, college reports for College of Business, item B, fill out the Google form and group me regarding schools council. Again, just a clarification. Also on page 2, under my report, graduate school, item B, dining feedback, lids on the first floor of the Edge did not fit soft drinks or coffee cups. And then also item C should be spoke with Associate Dean research for the College of Human Sciences regarding improving communication and mentorship with graduate students. On page 3, for Harrison School of Pharmacy, health fair will be held outside of pharmacy building on Saturday. Also on page 3 under committee reports for Code of Laws, item A, fill out the Google form sent in the group me regarding schools council, to reiterate the point from College of Business. And last but not least, on page 5, item H for PSSB 2109-2008, programming final budget request. For point B, question from Senator Sullivan, what is the executive line item? And that's all I have.
Awesome. I think I was just following along with Taylor in this document, and I believe she's noted those changes.
Okay.
Sam?
Henson, Cat C, on page 2 for college reports, for D, College of Architecture, Design, and Construction, emailed the secretary to the Board of Trustees, not the dean.
Got it. Thank you for catching that. Thank you both for reading those so in depth. I appreciate that. Are there any other corrections to the minutes? All right, seeing none, then they are corrected and approved. We'll now move into reports from our officers, starting with Mr. Brett Wagner.
Hey guys, War Eagle. I'm not sure this mic's on, but I think I'm probably loud enough. But anyways, first thing for y'all today, I wanted to say thank you to everyone in this room who was able to go to the listening session last week, everyone in here who spoke up. This is our opportunity as students to really weigh in on this presidential search, and I really appreciate everyone who was there because this is I mean, this is a big deal for Auburn University. It's the person who might be at the helm for the next 10 years. So that being said, I'd encourage anyone who wasn't able to go, anyone who wants to go again, anyone who thought of something new that they want to share, anything like that at all, there's another opportunity this Thursday at 3 p.m. on Zoom. This is going to be an open forum, so it's not just going to be students like the last one I kind of advertised was. This one's going to be open forum, so any faculty, student, AUM, whatever. So I'd really love for y'all to go to that if you still have stuff to say. You can find the Zoom link on the website I mentioned. All you have to do is go to Google and put in Auburn President search, and it comes up right away. So that's the first thing. Next thing is the other thing I asked all y'all to go to last week, which was the town hall. I appreciate everyone who's able to go to that as well. And I would hope that we all continue to pay attention for more like that in the future. Next up, update from my day, but I had a meeting with Faculty Senate Academic Affairs Committee Chair, Dr. Knoll. We're working on the grade replacement policy still, trying to get her more and more information on that so we can continue to move that process along. There'll be more updates as we go, and I believe JD has given Michael's report, so he might have more on that as well. And then the last thing is just a video I saw today that I'd encourage you all to go look at if you have the time. It's an SEC network video they did. They're doing a special kind of on different announcers throughout the SEC, and they did one specifically about Jim Fife, Rod Bramlett, and Andy Burcham. Those are the last three Voice of Auburn broadcasters, and it was just, to me, it was a really powerful video. Those people cared a lot about Auburn, and watching them is just special. So if you have the time and want to watch something that makes you happy about Auburn, go look at that video. So that's all I got. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Red. Next, we'll hear from the treasurer, Mr. Stephen Sadie.
Everyone, thank you all to everybody that came by for Ring Week. Went really well. Sold a lot of rings. Really excited about that. There's still ring sales going on right now online for everybody as well, so we won't have food anymore in the Student Center, but that's still going on. And then just kind of things to be on the lookout. Next couple of weeks, we have a ring ceremony coming up December 2nd as well. So if y'all bought a ring from us, just be looking forward to an email from that as well.
Thanks, Stephen. I appreciate that. Next, we will hear from Outreach with Ms. Boudreaux.
Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Biggest news in outreach right now is Lobby Board was just selected last week. They had their retreat on Sunday, and they'll meet for the first time this Thursday, so that's super exciting. They are an auxiliary group within SGA, so they are part of SGA, so really excited to expand that family a little bit. Besides that, we have a voter registration drive coming up on October 5th, and then we're also having Mochas with the Mayor. That was the Run on the Lawn event that got canceled due to the inclement weather that day. Is rescheduled as Mochas with the Mayor. It's coming up in October, so Mayor Ron Anders will be on the concourse, and he's really excited to get to talk to some students, especially some student leaders. So definitely stop by if y'all have a chance. And then just to reiterate what the awesome Heyday team is talking about, please sign up to volunteer if you can. If not, please do posting graphics about it. This is a really great way to connect people from all parts of campus. And I know y'all have a lot of different reaches in a lot of different areas, so we'd really appreciate that. And then besides that, if you get any Auburn answer submissions sent to you by the feedback and assessment team, just make sure you definitely are following up on those. If you have any surveys that the questions were already done, we got approval to go ahead and just get those out. So Jamie will be back she'll be back tomorrow, and so those will be going out likely tomorrow afternoon. Y'all know who you are if that applies to you. And then DEI is working on an accessibility audit with facilities, so it's kind of a between outreach and initiatives kind of partnership. Noticing some of the facilities on campus, while they do have the legally required things for by ADA for accessibility, some things may not be as practical as they were in design. So we're going around and doing an accessibility audit to make sure that campus is up to par on these things. That's all from outreach.
Thank you, Molly. Next is initiatives with Michael, which today is John David.
Matthews at large. This is what Michael sent me. Looking at input on Heyday Market at the Rain Center. 1716 Sky south of Auburn train on the Raise the Bar. Collegiate will be trained next week, and Mose has recently contacted the office to get trained as well. Next, they're looking for ways to promote the lift, so bring forward ideas on how to get the word out there on that. And then also looking to revamp safety walk in order to assess areas on campus that the blue lights don't cover or pose a greater threat, and that's on October 18th.
Thank you. That will conclude our executive reports because Tyler Ward has no report. That will conclude our reports from our executive officers.
Never mind.
No, go for it.
No, I have nothing to say no more.
Okay. That will now conclude our reports from executive officers. Naturally, we would flow into reports from our colleges, but you all know what I've been talking about. And today I loved 2 points that were brought up, and you all saw how that worked with the presentations we saw from 2 of our schools council groups. I thought that was effective, transparent, and concise, and I really did appreciate it. So, because of that, we will now move into committee reports for the week, and that will begin with academic affairs with Ms. Rico.
McElroy, Liberal Arts. All right, so we're looking into ways that professors can take off their masks when teaching a safe distance from students so they can hear better. Shout out to Senator Sweeper, he had that idea, so that's something we're looking into. Probably not going to be a resolution, but hopefully a conversation we can have with faculty. We have new work on our grade implementation policy resolution, and then we're factoring in ideas from aspirant institutions as well, so we're kind of taking the best from everywhere we can find and then trying to use it all for ours. We're revising what we have from our Canvas calendar resolution, and then all we'll need to do is add in the student feedback from our survey, which is now coming out soon. So thank you to the research team for helping us out with that. And then we've also reached out requesting meetings with professors essential to our equitable mentorships, and we'll be adjusting our approach based off of their feedback going forward.
Thank you, Gavin. After that, we will have budget and finance.
Williams Human Sciences, Reese couldn't be here tonight, but nothing much from us besides be looking out for a program expansion fund request from BSU's next meetings.
Thank you. Code of Laws.
Mathner Education. First off, I want to say thank you to everyone who did participate in that Google form survey that Hayden sent in the group me. Moving forward with that, we have decided to not add the responsibility for schools council and Senate attendance. The feedback was kind of half and half, but I will say that the opinions against it were definitely stronger opinions, had more detailed reasoning, so we felt that it was only fair that their voices were heard a little bit louder. But also going off of that, we're hoping to do some changes outside of the code, not really changes, but just stronger encouragements for different things that'll still bridge that gap between schools council and Senate. And that will all be included in the PowerPoint that we're going to present, not next week, but the week after that, just because of the alternating committee and college reports. But if you do have any questions, please just reach out to me. I'd be happy to provide you with the Google responses and everything. And then next, in reference to the frustration expressed about the liaison bill from Senator Belser, I'd just like to clarify that Senator Belser and I have addressed that breakdown in communication within the Code of Laws Committee as well as within Senate Exec. And my committee has reviewed the bill in its entirety, and so moving forward, I feel that the conversation should be strictly about the content of the bill. And then I know there was some confusion and concern about the Senate absence clarification change, so I'm going to address some of those concerns, or Senator Turnipseed is going to address some of those. So I'm going to yield my time for her to do a short PowerPoint presentation.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Oh, I should come to my phone so y'all see my face.
You can intro it if you'd like.
Yeah, start the intro.
Sorry, Turnipseed at large. So, in Code of Laws Committee, we have a bill going through tonight about the absence policy. There are some differentiations in the absence policy in the code and in the Constitution, and so we want to make this little PowerPoint just clarifying some of the things and some of the confusion that we have.
It's coming.
It's fine.
All right, this is an absence policy change. All right, this is the
bill from the SGA Constitution. In Article 4, Section 2, Clause 8, it says the senator shall automatically forfeit his or her membership in the Student Senate if he or she ceases to be enrolled in that school which he or she represents, or if he or she is absent from 5 regular meetings of the Student Senate. This is the current Code of Laws attendance policy, which is found in 302.5. It says senators will be allowed 3 unexcused absences in any given term. Upon a 4th absence, they will be required to forfeit their membership in the Student Senate. And then this is the proposed Code of Laws attendance policy, which is also in 302.5, is that senators will be allowed 3 unexcused absences in any given term. Upon accumulating more than 3 unexcused absences, they will be required to forfeit their membership in the Student Senate. And this is the current absence policy, so a full Senate meeting like this one is one full absence, committee meeting is a half of an absence, and an office hour is a third of an absence. All right, and why do we need this code change? As of now, a senator can technically acquire up to 3 2/3 unexcused absences before they will be required to forfeit their membership in the Student Senate. This code change will clarify the meaning in the Code of Laws for the unexcused absent policy and ensure the participation of the Student Senate. Does anyone have any questions?
So right once it hits 3, you're out, or right over the 3?
Once it hits 3, you're out.
Upon hitting 3.
I'm hitting 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's upon accumulating more than 3. So
More
as soon
than-
as you hit as high as 3 1/3 of an absence,
Yeah.
that's when you forfeit. That makes sense.
More than 3.
So the Constitution say 5?
The Constitution said 5 total absences. The Code of Law just addresses unexcused absences, and so that's why we're able to have the differentiation in the Code of Laws and the Constitution.
So what does that do to the Constitution?
The Constitution's still valid, so even if it is excused, you can only have 5 absences from Senate meetings as a whole.
Is this for the whole term?
Yes.
So clarification, we could have like 2 excused absences and 3 unexcused.
Yes.
Some of you are close.
All right, we good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank y'all.
Thank you. That concludes Code of Laws. And now we will have DEI with Mr. Belser.
Belser, liberal arts. There's not much for me this week. One thing, Senator Seconder actually, I would like to give a couple snaps for this. She has a meeting scheduled with senators at some of our aspirant institutions this week, and so she'll be working on her initiative. She'll be able to get some more direct feedback, so that'll be really exciting to hear that as well. I've talked to a couple senators about with liaison bill, a little change of rhetoric within the bill, but it'll come up in a second, and it'll be very fruitful, I think, in debate. So if you guys would like to pay attention to that, I would really appreciate that. And other than that, we're working on our same initiatives. Thanks.
Thank you. And finally, Mr. Matthews with Student Affairs.
Matthews at large. Riley and his team with Mistral Products is getting closer to a rollout for a test run. In our committee meeting, we talked about getting Celsiuses on campus. So Lucy's going to pick up that initiative and try and see if we can get a test run and maybe the C-store in the Student Center before we try and roll it out throughout vending machines all throughout campus. Next, Kate met with her contact in housing last week, and they talked about kind of everything, setting up monthly meetings and this and that. And one of the main focuses was Kate showed her the ice machine survey, and her contact was definitely open to it and is looking into the logistics of where to put it, how to get it, and how to pay for the ice machines. Finally, Jake and his team finished their research, is now putting together a document on the student want for basketball lines as well as the feasibility. Thank you.
Thank you. Last but not least, Graf Sullivan with the Executive Committee.
Sullivan Engineering. It's pretty much the same thing as always for me. We've got office hours that you should have turned in by 7:30 since the start of this meeting. However, I have not looked, so if you were able to turn those in before I do look, you will get full credit. With that, I know there's some conflict about the absences. contrary to Vice President Callahan's little joke, none of you are close yet. But if you have any questions, just let me know, because we are probably a little bit over halfway of our term, but we do still have, a significant amount of time left together. So definitely don't want to see any of you not finish out the term. So just, talk to me if you have any questions, you want to know how many absences you have, anything like that. And then student exec meets every Thursday morning at 7 a.m. No one came last week, it was sad. We love having guests. You have to be there once a semester. So you might as well do it this week. It's a great time to start your day. A lot of fun. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Graf. That will now conclude our committee reports, and we'll move into our liaison reports for the evening. Once again, the Zoom is not yet open for voting, so laptops should not necessarily be used that much. And we'll begin with the Honors College Liaison, Mr. Owens.
Owens, Honors Congress Liaison. Good evening, y'all. How y'all doing? So, this past Wednesday, we hosted a wonderful guest speaker in Dr. Alicia Powers. Dr. Powers is the director of the Hunger Solutions Institute, as she came and spoke with the students about global, national, state, and local hunger. She also gave us wonderful hunger resources and organizations for us to volunteer with. Our philanthropy event, Congress for Canines, has successfully been rescheduled for Monday, October 25th from 3 to 5 at Keisel Park. We hope to see you there, as it will be open to everyone, as the Honors Congress will be collecting donations and assisting in games for the event. The Honors Congress is also partnering with the Honors College to host a trivia night called Tacos and Trivia on October 5th. It will be from 5 o'clock to 6:30. The academic committee will also be hosting a movie night on October 12th. It will be with a select professor who will also facilitate a discussion about it afterwards to spark intellectual conversation. We have another meeting this Wednesday at 7 o'clock, and it will be a working meeting. Thank you, and have a great rest of your week.
Thank you. I appreciate you. After that, we will have BSU with, oh my gosh, why am I Evans? I was going to say Evans, but then I got nervous.
Evans, BSU, no updates for me, really just extending my arms to see you guys at a meeting on a Monday. I will be very ecstatic to see any and everyone at a meeting, so I'm more than welcome to come.
Thank you. And now back to Mr. Owens to present Ms. Leah Stewart's presentation for the Student Veterans Association.
Nice to see you all again. So Lee apologizes for not being able to be here tonight, but she allowed me to do the honor of doing her report for the evening. So in her quotes, nothing much to report except that we are still working on fundraising and donations for Operation Iron Ruck. We also have our next ASVA benefit night on October 12th from 5 to 9 p.m. Consider yourselves invited. There will be bar games and a tournament. A percentage of what's made goes to ASVA to help fund scholarships. We hope to see you there. Thanks again.
Thank you so much. And last but not least, if anyone is prepared, if not, I'll just ask all of the formers in back from our freshman committee to stand so we can address them and acknowledge them. Yeah! Great to see all of you. I won't put anyone on the spot for this meeting, but would love to hear from you guys in the weeks following. I'm excited for you all to be here, and please feel free to reach out to anyone you see in this room. We're all more than welcome to have a chat about anything you guys would like. Thank you for being here. This will conclude now our liaison reports. Because of that, we will move into current orders of business. If everyone could join the Zoom link that I use every single week, I would be very appreciative. Thank you. And as everyone quietly joins the Zoom room, I would ask that we just go ahead and begin. So The first order of business for the evening is presented by Coleman Turnipseed, and it is PSSB 21092701.
Turnipseed at large, I ask for approval of the following. 302.5, senators will be allowed 3 unexcused absences in any given term. Upon accumulating more than 3 unexcused absences, they will be required to forfeit their membership in the Student Senate.
Are there any questions? Mm-hmm. Name and college.
Yep. Clock engineering, I know I should have asked this earlier. So this will go into effect like the second we pass it, right? Sort of clarify that.
Are there any more questions? Seeing none, we'll move into debate. Coleman, if you'd like to say anything else, you do have the first point of debate. Is there any more debate? All right.
I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seeing a second, we will move into a vote. All good. Someone just wasn't muted. Seeing second, we'll move into a vote. All those in favor, please say aye and comment yes. All of those opposed, please say no and comment no.
Aye.
And Jet Davis tells me the ayes have it, and therefore this bill is passed as written. We will now move into PSSB 21092702, presented by Brandon Belser.
Belser, liberal arts. So, definition of liaison appointment, roles and responsibilities. I ask for approval of the following. Liaisons, any recognized organization or constituency can request from the president of the Student Senate the creation of a liaison position. The liaison position should demonstrate the need of a population that is underrepresented in the Student Senate. Liaisons are subject to confirmation as defined in Chapter 307 of the Code of Laws. The liaison candidate shall present approval from the organization or constituency they intend to represent. The liaison candidate shall present to the Student Senate a list of qualifications and policy objectives at least 1 week prior to confirmation. The liaison will be responsible to all guidelines as defined in Chapter 301 of the Code of Laws. The liaison shall serve a minimum of 1 office hour weekly. This office hour is to be completed in the liaison's constituency. Additional hours may be required at the discretion of the Student Executive Committee. The President of the Student Senate, that's not the correct bill.
Well,
I'm sorry, that's not the correct bill.
this is the one that was in the email.
Okay, we'll strike it. The President of the Student Senate shall identify the most relevant standing committee to the organization or constituency in order to encourage positive exchange between the Student Senate and the liaison. And then we shifted down Robert's Rules section.
What I need to check.
We'll have to. Any questions?
While Brandon asks for any questions, I'll go make sure that Tyler has the correct one presented on the screen. No worries.
Harris, Patsy, can you just give some like background information on us?
Should I get that?
Brandon, you can answer that question.
Okay. Yes. So background. Wait, can you repeat the? Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Just background on like how, like where the need was seen, and then
Right. Okay. So the importance of having the liaison whole like process, their responsibilities, their guidelines in the code is that they are inlined in the Constitution, but it's only one line, and it says that the Student Senate has the discretion to appoint non-voting liaisons, and that's all it says. And so this is codifying that into a formal procedure. This is the procedure we've been using since 2018. It's just been in our box folder, and so we have used it to confirm these liaisons and past liaisons as well. And so in order to make it more equitable so that any organization can, request a liaison should they decide they need one, it's just going to be in the code now. Because prior you would have to have known, somebody in SGA known a senator to know that they even exist, or you would have just had to like go off of the one line of the Constitution. So you have to sort of look with a magnifying glass. So now it's to sort of make it a lot easier for the whole student body to access it, sorry. The chapter 307 above is the chapter. Chapter 307 talks about the responsibilities for like all members of SGA, so being in good standing, having a 2.5. Chapter 301 is about the absences, so they'll be subject to the same absence policy of attending all Senate meetings, and they will not attend committee meetings. But the 1 hour office hour will be either their organizational meeting, so a VSU meeting or an Honors Congress meeting, and if they don't have a weekly meeting, then they'll just schedule a regular office hour like meeting. So that's background.
Are there any more questions?
So Auburn Engineering. So was all of this included in the Vice President's packet? Was anything added? Was all of it like, so this is all like the original intention that we've been using for the past couple years? Was anything added?
I can answer that. And Brandon, you can answer if I don't cover anything. So, to just answer everyone's, what Graf is basically saying is that I get all kinds of transition materials when I began my term, and there were 2 documents that stipulated basically everything that's on the screen in front of us. Tyler, will you scroll up very quickly, just so I can look at it one more time? When I looked at it at the Senate exec meeting this past Thursday, everything that Brandon has written was in the materials that I've been presented that you would need to put into the code. The only thing that's not present is the requirements of what that presentation needs to look like, but there would be no need for that to be added to the code, so that would still follow me in my transition materials, but yes, everything that he's listed was in my transition materials as far as the qualifications that need to be met by the potential liaison. Are there any further questions?
Do we need to amend this bill to be the correct numbers since it's supposed to be 300.3?
Yeah, so this is the wrong copy. It is supposed to be 300.4 or 304.
So can I answer? Usually never said your name or your title, and I answer questions first. And you can't change something that was passed in Senate exec, so this isn't the wrong copy. We have to amend it on the floor. And then Coleman, yes, your answer would be correct. We do have to change some of the coding, but that will happen in debate when Brandon amends. So are there any further questions? Yes.
Matthews at large. When we approved this bill in a Senate exec, we deleted the last portion, and I believe Graf renumbered it, so I do think that this is the wrong bill. The wrong copy of the bill. I think, so I'm not sure what.
Yes, you would be correct, it's the wrong copy, but we can't, if I'm under the correct standing, we can't change it ourselves in committee when it's already been presented as a future order. So we did make that change, but it can be amended and made now. Yes.
So Engineering, just answer the question. This is the wrong copy of the bill. That the numbers were fixed prior to this bill being sent out with the agenda 2 weeks ago when it was a future bill.
All good. This was just the bill packet that I was presented with, so I sent it out. So it's fine, we can just make those changes here. It's just gonna take a second. So, are there any further questions? If not, we can move into debate and Brandon can make the necessary amendments. All right, we'll move into debate. Brandon, you have the first point of debate.
Awesome. So I've already given a little bit of background behind this, so I will have to amend. Okay. So I move to amend and strike the end, if you'll scroll down, and strike what is written as 300.1.3.2, the President and Student Senate, that entire, strike that. That's the first one. So that'll be the first one.
An amendment has been made to correct the bill as written. Is there a second?
Second.
Seeing a second, we will move into a vote. All those in favor, please say aye and comment yes.
Aye.
The ayes have it, and the amendment is passed.
I have a quick point of order. Sorry, my laptop has died. Can I be recorded as I? All right, I move to amend and change the numbering to.
Point of order. Numbering can be handled outside of the Senate room. As long as you just explain what numbers are supposed to be, it'll be corrected when it's actually updated to the real code.
Spectacular.
I agree. Since we're not changing content, numbers don't necessarily need to be made. So, I will now ask Brandon to motion to pass this bill as written, content-wise, numbering aside, we can change.
I move to pass this bill as written.
I was at debate.
Yes. I move to pass this bill as written.
Oh, if Riley has a point of
I have
debate,
a
I'll
point
let
of
him.
debate, so 1 second. So, this is, I'm kind of going in the weeds real quick. You can scroll up real quick. But this is just something that me and Brandon talked about before, and I got to go from him. And I also, when the example I'm about to use, I also talked to Luke Owens about it. The line, the liaison position should demonstrate the need of a population that is underrepresented in the student senate. Follow me along real quick. Think in like 5 years, we're all graduated. Hypothetically, 3/4 of student senate is in the honors college. You couldn't really say at that point that the honors college is underrepresented, but I still feel like we have the need for an honors liaison, because at the end of the day, like even if I am in the honors college, but I'm not elected to represent the honors college, I'm elected to represent the College of Engineering. So I move to amend this bill, striking that line 300.1.1.1 to say the liaison position to demonstrate the need of a student population to be represented in student senate. Can I show it to you?
An amendment has been made. Are there any questions? Name and title.
Williams Human Sciences. Can he just like? Okay, never mind. I was just gonna ask him to like repeat what you said.
Yeah, sorry. So striking that line into saying, it's really the underrepresented part, even though, I mean, I do like personally think that like the liaisons do fulfill that role of like representing underrepresented populations. I don't think they're the only populations that need liaisons, if that makes sense. Okay, that's right.
Are there any more questions on the amendment proposed? Yes.
Senator McCaskey, does Senator Belser approve this?
Brandon, you can answer that.
Belser Liberal Arts, I do approve this amendment.
Are there any further questions? All right. Is there a second on the amendment proposed? All right, you can move into a vote. All those in favor of passing the amendment Mr. Locke has presented as written, please say aye and comment yes.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no and comment no. The ayes have it, and the amendment is passed. We move now back into debate with Mr. Belser.
I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seeing a second, we'll move into a vote. All those in favor, please say aye and comment yes. All those opposed, please say no and comment no.
Point of order, Senator Belser, or Belser Liberal Arts, excuse me. I would like to be recorded as aye.
Gotcha.
The ayes have it, and this bill is passed as written. So that concludes our current orders for the evening. We do not have any future orders on the agenda tonight. So with that, I can move into my announcements. So as the Heyday Committee came in here earlier and talked about, all of you really should be doing, should have already signed up to be a Heyday volunteer. So if you haven't, please do that by this evening. I would really appreciate that. Raise your hand if you haven't signed up to be a Heyday volunteer. Have not. Okay, Andrew, let's get that done. Gavin, I just wanted to publicly make it known. All right, all good. I would just love for us to be out there, and I think it's going to be a great time. So it's really, I enjoyed it a lot last year when I did it. I think Tyler would agree. Obby's out there, food is out there. It's pretty fun. So that was my announcement on Heyday. Second thing is thank you all for completing those office hour signs. 1 second. For those not office hour signs, for the dining hour, for filling that out. So what I'm going to do now is I can share that with Glenn, and hopefully by the end of this week I can get you guys a proposed schedule of where tabling opportunities would be able to be had at both the Edge and at Village Dining. Like I said, the previous talk was that a meal swipe would be included with your office hour, but we'll still have to work through whether that's going to be feasible based on how many hours we end up having. But I think that's going to be an awesome time if you guys can imagine being dressed as we are now, going to sitting at one of these tables. I guarantee you will find and have a lot of interesting conversations, which at this point that can only help us in our efforts of what we do on this floor. So I'd be very excited to see that. My next announcement is that, so I just wanted to ask, because I'm going to submit the GLOM photo tomorrow, what was everyone's favorite version? I prefer not the ones where Andrew is smiling, like they're the ones where he's not smiling, let me rephrase that. But does anybody have a preferred version? Seven was enjoyed? Just give me like top 3 right now.
7's cute.
9.
Oh wait, no, not 9. My eyes are closed.
I just wanted to hear everyone's opinion since this will go into the GLOM. I like 4. Andrew's not smiling in 4, but you like 7, Ashton?
7's the winner. I moved it past 7.
Okay, I enjoy 7. 5, 6, 7, 8 are okay. Oh, that's where the
That's where he's
So regarding the headshots, those I cannot speak to when those will be uploaded on the website. Long story short, with the website is that they're using a software that we no longer. I don't know if I can speak to it correctly. Long story short is that something is weird with the software, and it's been very difficult for them to make changes. So those headshots will be available to all of you. And for those of you who missed the headshots, Lucas said that he'd be more than willing to do those again at roughly the same time, in the same location, if y'all just want to come maybe early before the next meeting, but I'll get that checked out. But I'll let you know as soon as those go out, but I am going to submit that GLOM photo soon. So thought I would get you all excited about that. 7, I'm hearing 7 a bunch. I heard 9.
No, not 9, my eyes are closed.
Okay, Riley's eyes are closed in 9.
4.
7 and 4. I like those 2 numbers. I'll deliberate.
Andrew's not smiling in 4, but he's smiling too big in 7.
That is, we're just going to have to, we'll just have to flip a coin. I'll flip a coin later sometime, and I'll end up letting you know which ones we choose. So what I just wanted to go ahead and get everyone ready for, because I want a huge turnout. Everyone pay attention for this one. This one means a lot to me. My favorite holiday in the whole entire world is Halloween. And for 27 of you, you're not privy to a tradition we do here in Senate, where we have Senate Halloween, where it's not written in the code that I'll give you an absence if you don't come dressed up, but you'll be shunned by me if you don't come dressed up. So I just wanted to let everybody know that since Halloween is on a Sunday this year, I'm thinking we do it on the 25th. It's the week before. So I just want to give everyone a heads up because that is only 3 meetings away. Yes, Graf?
Just to clarify, each committee.
Yes, so to clarify, each committee dresses up with each other. So last year, my committee of the Budget and Finance team was robbed from a victory because the exec team won. No, Hayes won last year with their Mario Kart idea, and I lost. We were all Dwayne The Rock Johnson from Budget and Finance. Mario Kart was great. Pearson was the blue shell. Blue shell Pearson. Anyway, that concludes all the fun announcements I have. Kyla, question? Yes. Oh wait, I would actually love to do that. Once I do adjourn the meeting, it was Jamie's birthday this past weekend, and that's why she's not here. She did take some time off. So I would love to call her, and we could all sing happy birthday, and I'll do that as soon as we adjourn. But up until then, my final announcements are that I'm very thankful for the way we conducted tonight's meeting. I know we had a bit of an issue at the end with the numbering, but that's all good. We got that taken care of. Thank you all for bearing through that with us in a positive and professional manner. Congratulations to all of you for making it this far in the school year. Midterms are coming up soon, so I wish you all good luck in your studies. I'm trying to think if I know there was something else that I had, but I can't remember. Yes, Mr. Moore?
Can I add a note?
Yes, you can add a note.
I forgot to say this during open forum, but I just wanted to let y'all know tomorrow's National Voter Registration. registration day. So if you're not registered or you need to update your voter registration, please do it. There is voter registration drive in the library tomorrow and next Monday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. So you can come out, get set up. League of Women Voters, along with library staff and Black Graduate and Professional Student Association, will be there to help you. So please do that and recommend it to all your peers.
That's awesome, Elizabeth. All right, in that case, if I have any other things that come to my mind, they will be included in the recap email, which I really hope you all read. I spend such a deep thought in crafting those emails. They're literary pieces of art, and I appreciate if you read them. With that being said, be safe, be smart, and be kind, but also come walk up here and we're going to call Jamie. Okay. If she doesn't answer, we can just send her a voicemail.